Hey guys, so one of my little side project adventures is 3D printing, and I've been trying to come up with ways that I could make fast, clean, reliable models that could possibly be sold. So I'm pretty decent with 3D modeling. The printer and I have a off and on relationship. It's been good this week. So just a couple of things that I've printed somewhat successfully are I made these jersey barriers, which they're pretty straightforward. I have a more advanced one that actually has the holes in the cutout and that can be like kind of stuck together. But so that's these. This was a fountain base that I designed, and I want to design like a fountain to go in the center, and this would be like in the middle of like a park. I think it's 12 scale feet in HO. Um, uh, it printed okay. This was my first attempt, and I had all my faces reversed, so it printed all the way through, and it took 3 hours to print a hockey puck. Um, so this time it worked better, but I didn't put any supports, and the overhang here, I don't know if you can see it in this light, the overhang is a little beveled and it's supposed to be flush. So the next time I print this, which I will print it in gray, will be I'll put the supports in so that it works a little better. I might actually shrink it too, because if I put a little person next to this, which I don't have any figures right here, but if I put a little person next to this, it's pretty big, so it would definitely have to go in the center of like a park. But I wanted to get it to work, and now that I've gotten it to work, maybe I'll make a couple of different sizes. And a couple of other smaller things that I've made. I just gave this a quick spray paint coat to see how it worked. And I did not sand or do any post print prep on this, but a little ice vending machine that you might find at like a convenience store or something. And then I also tried to make a Coke machine. It's really difficult to see. Like it didn't print that great. But there's actually a small raised section where the buttons might be. So now I've wondered if maybe I could make one of these where the front is hollow and I can print like on clear plastic, like a Coca-Cola or Pepsi or something on the front of this, and actually put an LED in it. I think that would be kind of cool, because then it would be lit up. But this model still needs a little work. And if you're wondering why the heck I printed all this stuff in green, it's because the mods that I've been working on for the actual printer, which is an ANET A8 Prussia i3 copy. I've been working on like mods like, fan ducts and stuff like that, and this is like a little idler gear, and it'll help the teeth. So I've been working on that stuff, and I wanted it all to be in this bright green. I have gray and blue and that type of stuff. So eventually, when I'm done making all my mods, I'll swap the spool. It's just swapping the filaments, a complete pain in the butt. The other thing that I have made, and this is also not super successful, is I tried to make a pallet. The problem is, in SketchUp, when I tried to design this, I took real dimensional lumber and put it into an HO scale calculator and scaled it down. Well, the size is almost one layer thick, which is like 0.1 millimeter. So unfortunately, it just doesn't come out as clean as maybe like a mold injection model might. And because it's so small, it would be really difficult to try to clean up. So this model also needs a little work just to try to make it a little more easy to print in mass production and have a good output. I think I have another one back here that's a little better. Yeah, so this one, I think this was my first draft. This one, I think I beefed up kind of fudged it a little bit to make it's probably really difficult to see here, but sort of fudged it, and I don't know, maybe printed in yellow and painted and with barrels on it or sacks or something you wouldn't even notice, or when you're staring at something inches away from your face, you notice all the imperfections. But honestly, I think on a layout, this is not the focus. So this might pass for some people. I don't know. I'm very OCD and like to have everything perfect, so I'm trying to get it as perfect as possible. But I've got ideas for. Oh, I think I even printed. Tried to make like a culvert, like one of those precast concrete culverts. I think I didn't use a raft or a brim on this, so I got a little bit of warping from the bed temp. I printed this pretty early on. I've had this printer a couple months, so it this didn't come out as clean as I had hoped it would. I have another culvert somewhere, and I don't know where it went, but I printed like one of the small round culverts with like the flanges on it. That one did come out much better. So that's the stuff I'm trying. I'm gonna keep going with probably the simple objects to start with. Like relay boxes and rooftop air conditioning and stuff that'll be pretty simple to print. I mean, some of this takes like 12 minutes to print once I got it going. This took like 5 minutes to print, and this took like 20 minutes to print. This takes an hour and a half, which, if that's fine, but to mass produce it, and once I calculate the cost of the filament, and the time, I don't know how much I would actually charge for this, and I don't even know if anyone would buy something like this. I see stuff online that I'm like, wow, people buy that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. So thanks for watching, and if you have any ideas on models that you'd like to see me try to print, or suggestions on possibly how to make my prints better, leave me a comment. Thanks.